what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Early signing day going down tomorrow. Of course, LSU losing Bryce Underwood recently, but still has a very good class lined up if they can finish it out. Right now, LSU sits. Am I looking at the? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right year here. This is the 2025 signing class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually only on 24. Right now, LSU sitting sixth in the country after the decommits. You got 2 5-stars. You got 16 4-stars, 3 7-stars. I mean, look, Alabama's 1, Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, Texas 4, Auburn 5, LSU 6, Oregon 7, Michigan up to 8, Tennessee 9, Texas A&M 10. So you know how I feel about recruiting. This is great. Like for LSU, the goal should always be, first and foremost, get the best players in Louisiana. And LSU has done that, even though we're talking about Jahkeem Stewart in a second, because that's going to be critical to trying to accomplish that goal. But it is first and foremost, get the best players in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And then do enough outside of that, to me, to rank in the top 10. If you get in the top 5, great. But really, I just need to be in that top 10 just so that, because I think on the macro level, recruiting is very important. The individual recruits will boom or bust. I don't care as much when you zoom in, especially at LSU. For whatever reason, 5-stars, they almost never live up to their billing. We're kind of like the Iowa of the South. We're much better at developing 3 and 4-stars into these legendary players. But so individual players or whatever. But again, I think you do have to be where LSU is right now. Like 6th in the country, that's an A. That's an A. Maybe A+ would be like top 5 or something. But that's an A class. That's very good. But the question is, can they land it? And on that front, it appears to be pretty good thus far. So DJ Pickett, the number 1 cornerback in the nation outside of Florida, that is somebody who obviously everybody's trying to get. Miami's had a full court press on him forever. Mario Cristobal in Oregon is bringing a full court press and a lot of money to bear. And then again, so is LSU now. We spin in as well now. But Kirby Smart in Georgia coming hard. But where did DJ Pickett spin this last weekend? In Baton Rouge. Once again, saw LSU dominate Oklahoma. A great defensive performance. He got to hang out with Patrick Peterson before the game.
Probably pretty good tool for LSU.
That's what I'm saying. None of that is by accident, right? That is Corey Raymond hitting up Pat and being like, say, bro, we got to get this cat.
Yeah.
We're making you honorary captain. Can you come holler at him, talk to him? And so, yeah, so it's doubly effective because Pat, actually, did Pat play for Coach Raymond or no? No, that might have been, would have been right before, actually. So never mind. So
Coach was here when I was here, my last year. Pat Pete was the next year.
Okay, so he did, and I get confused sometimes. I can't always remember. It doesn't matter. The point is, he got to hang out with Pat Pete before the game, talk to him, see what it was like with Coach Raymond with LSU, and I think it made a very good impression. How could it not, right? And so Chad Simmons of On3 has said that he is not putting in a flip prediction for DJ Pickett. He believes that he will end up signing with LSU tomorrow. And that would be massive if he did, Jake, because, and this is probably one of the most attractive reasons, he would likely be a starter immediately on this LSU team, right? I mean, if we're guessing, if we're projecting, if you had to guess.
He's getting snaps, significant snaps. You would have a position battle, but he would have a real opportunity. If he is the player that you think he is, he would have a real opportunity at what you're talking about. Come in and play immediately because, you start to look at some other players that can be in that room. Maybe you bring in a veteran player out of the portal, but no matter who's here, he'll have the opportunity certainly to compete for a starting job.
So you'll bring in DJ Pickett, hopefully, though again, nothing is set in stone until tomorrow. Harlan Berry, good to go. I know that's another hard push. Apparently, Oregon's even been tampering with Caden Durham as well.
That's been the word on the street for sure.
How about our boy Lon from LSUodyssey.com putting a number on it? And I've not confirmed this number, not done any legwork to try to do so. But Lon reporting that $1.5 million was the offer from Oregon, which is just...
Which for a running back, just so in case you're kind of, you don't maybe understand or you don't know some of the numbers, T-Bob and I have had a chance to look at some of them. That is a massive number for a running back.
It would also be significantly higher than anybody on the LSU team currently. Now, everybody's numbers are going to go up next year.
About 3 times.
Yeah, everybody's numbers are going to go up next year, but that's wild. I wonder what the pitch is to keep him stay, but whatever. Let's talk about the class. So Harlan Berry, number 1 running back in the entire country from St. Martin. I think you're going to end up holding on to him as well. He's your other 5-star in the class. Remember, you just got Cade Phillips, another excellent cornerback. Corey Raymond continuing to pay dividends. Who else are you most worried about, would you say, in this class, Taylor?
So there's 3 guys I'm watching. One, of course, is DJ Pickett. The other would be Jahkeem Stewart. And then the third one for me is Derek
Jakeem's not a commit, though, so we'll get to Jahkeem in a minute.
Derek Meadows.
Yeah.
Derek Meadows, 6'6", 205. He's a 4-star on 0-3. Some recruiting services has him as a 5 out of Bishop Gorman. Here's why I'm worried about him. He was committed to Michigan about a year ago. You flipped him. He was tight with Bryce Underwood. Now that Underwood flipped to Michigan, it would be very easy for Derek Meadows to flip back. And again, he's from Las Vegas, so he's not from this area. He doesn't really have any ties to LSU, so that's another one I'm watching.
Yeah, and you look right now. Okay, let's talk about Jahkeem Stewart then, because here is a player who has one of the most interesting stories and kind of high school journeys that you will ever see, Jake. He's 6'5", 270, but he's only played 1 year of high school football.
Yeah.
He was at where was he at? Was he at Shaw? No, he was at St. Aug, right? Yes. He was at St. Aug. For some when he initially transferred to New Orleans to St. Aug, he had to sit out for a year, but he dominated the summer camp circuit.
Yep.
To the point where they made him the number 1 player in the 2026 class. So then he finally gets on the field for a year, and as a sophomore, to be fair, did not disappoint, okay? So freshman year, he had to sit out, but he dominates camp circuit, number 1 player. As a sophomore, in 11 games, 20 and a half sacks, 33 tiffles, 85 tackles. Insane production.
Yeah.
But then... And so then after that year, offseason dominates camp circuit once again. Then he decides to reclassify. But he was not going to be able to play, I believe, or he wasn't able to reclassify. Maybe it was an academic. For some reason, he wasn't able to reclassify and stay at St. Aug. So he wanted to reclassify, so he had to transfer to Edna Carr. But because of LHSAA transfer rules, he was not allowed to play. So this would have been his junior year. Now it's a senior year. He didn't play any football. So Jahkeem Stewart will be committing tomorrow to enroll in a college in 3 weeks, and he only played his sophomore year of football. Now, granted, it was an insanely productive sophomore year, and we have multiple years of the camp circuit and watching him dominate one-on-ones and all these other sorts of things to know that he's going to be a great recruit. But it's just something that I've never really seen before. And if you're wondering, well, why do you reclassify? If I had to guess, Jake, based on what we know now, the gold rush is on.
Yeah.
For players.
Yeah.
Everybody's going all in pre-June 30th, pre-antitrust settlement. Who knows if the numbers will ever be this high again? Who knows where the market goes from here? But right now, you have a lot of people with a lot of money to spend who are wanting to spend it all. So it makes all the sense in the world to take the path that Stewart did and try to become a part of this bidding war. And although, look, some people are saying USC, some are saying Oregon, some are saying LSU. We've also heard rumors that Michigan came in with a massive offer. And I mean, look at Michigan. Michigan's got a 4-star receiver, number 3 player in Louisiana, Jacob Washington out of Archbishop Shaw.
They've got two players out of Shaw,
5 players in Louisiana. The running back, Jasper Parker, and they're trying to get Jahkeem Stewart as well. So, Michigan, relax, guys, okay? We just want to relax, Larry Ellison. I have no idea what's going to happen with Jahkeem Stewart, but I do know this. I even with this just 1 year of football, I think he's going to be great, and it's a position of need for LSU, but also symbolically, right? You're trying to rebuild what the LSU defense once was. You brought Bo Davis in for this exact reason. Here you have a guy that you could see in the future having the same story potentially as like a Glenn Dorsey, right? Hometown guy, goes to LSU, kind of builds his legend and everything else. So I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. Money talks. We know what walks. But Jahkeem Stewart is absolutely the player that I'm most interested in seeing tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting prediction machine that On3 uses has LSU 44.8%, USC 35.5%, and Oregon at 11.6%. And I would also throw Michigan into the equation, like you mentioned there. It is a very unique player because of his talent and because of his playing time and only being, a sophomore the last time you saw him out on a field. Now, would a player like that be ready to play? Would a player like that be able to step in? Now, that room got a lot, it looks different than it did last offseason. It got a lot of talent thrown into it from true freshmen this year. Yeah. So he wouldn't be I say that to say this. He wouldn't be counted on to have to be the guy from day one if he came in here. But I also agree with you. It's more than just the on-the-field production. It is also, hey, this is the number one player in the state of Louisiana. When you're going well, when you're doing the things that you need to do, you always get the number one player in the state of Louisiana. You certainly don't want to lose him to the West Coast or to the Midwest and some team come into your house, come into your state, and take the top player. Now, this circumstance is a little bit different because everything got accelerated when you decided to reclassify, but still, regardless of what it is, you can't lose a number one player in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, you certainly hope not. But we will see, and we will know tomorrow as all eyes are going to be on Jahkeem Stewart. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.